Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to the Retro News Roundup. To start this month's episode, how about the announcement from Netflix that it's working on a Castlevania TV series? It'll be an animated affair with 4 30-minute episodes and will be targeted towards a younger audience, with one of the people behind the show claiming that it will flip the vampire subgenre on its head. More details will be announced in the coming months, but as long as the voice acting can live up to the fine work in Symphony of the Night, it should be worth a watch.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk! Have at you!
From bats to books, a Kickstarter has been launched for a reprint of the Sega Mega Drive collected works. Originally released back in 2014, Kaiju Pop said it was the most powerful piece of gaming propaganda ever created. A copy will cost you £35 plus shipping. On a related note, SNK sadly blocked the Kickstarter for the Neo Geo Anthology last month. It looks like it won't be revived anytime soon either. Moving on, code wheels for a range of old PC titles were recreated and digitised online in February. The wheels, which are basically a very retro way of preventing piracy, were for games including The Secret of Monkey Island and Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So if you own an original copy of one of these classics but lost the wheel, you can fret no longer. And to round off this section, a new emulator for the Watara Supervision called Wataroo has been released online. So if you've ever dreamt of playing cast iron classics such as Blockbuster and Alien, then your prayers have been answered. The Wii U got one last retro hurrah in February with 4 games ported to the console's eShop. They included 2 TurboGrafx 16 titles, Bomberman 94 and Gradius, and a pair of underappreciated N64 gems, Ogre Battle 64 and Harvest Moon 64. The 3DS received nothing in comparison, and as for the PlayStation Network, the PS4 received Arcade Archive's title Neo Turf Masters, whereas Vita owners can now play Dino Dini's Kick-Off Revival. Not that I would recommend you do so. The Xbox One even got a couple of Arcade Archives titles, namely World Heroes and Neo Turf Masters. And that's it for this segment, although the HD remake of Dizzy title Prince of the Yolkfolk was unofficially ported onto the PC, which is excellent news. To start this month, there was the concerning rumour that production of the NES Classic Mini may be stopped very soon. A member of the NeoGAF forum with links to Nintendo's Nordic distributor claimed that the last shipments of the sought-after system will likely be in April, and then that'll be it. Hopefully this isn't true, or it'll be another baffling decision from Nintendo of late. Second, a system called the Retroblox has been unveiled and looks to offer a modular approach to emulation. It has a disk drive to play titles from systems such as the PlayStation and Mega CD, with cartridges supported by add-on units. A crowdfunding page is to be launched for the console soon. An Indiegogo page was launched for the Atari Table Pong project last month though, and it's pretty much what you'd expect from that title, offering you the chance to own a custom-made coffee table which you can play Pong on. One will set you back $900 though, and that's the early bird rate, so this is certainly not an impulse purchase. If successfully funded, they'll be posted out to backers in November this year. Finally for this section, some Backlit Game Boy Colors have appeared on the Chinese online retailer TaoBao. They cost around £80 and there's no English language support on the site, so good luck ordering one if you decide to take the plunge. To start this segment, the Amiga Game Jam took place last month, with its entrants available to download. Titles include Bruce Lee, Easter Egg and much more besides. You can check them all out by following the relevant link in this video's description. Next, a trio of new ZX Spectrum games, Monty Mole and the Temple of Lost Souls, Foggy's Quest to Narg and Back Again, and an updated version of Metal Man Reloaded called Metal Man Remixed. Then there was a combination of retro homebrew for other systems, including Hanoi for the Atari Lynx, Meteor Wave for the VIC-20 and Tetris on the Commodore 64. Finally for new releases, an improved version of Zero and the Castle of Infinite Sadness was created for the MSX, with the physical copy having a price tag of €25. To round off this segment, 3 crowdfunding initiatives for homebrew titles were launched in February. The first was for Fighter Unholy Night on the SNES, with a cart setting you back $35 plus shipping. The second is for an NES title called The Banketh. There's a demo available, and a €39 pledge will get you a copy of the game when it's hopefully launched later this year. Finally, a Patreon page was created for Reshoot R for the Amiga. It's a shooter, if you couldn't guess that already from its name. To start, some footage of 2 unreleased titles was put online this month. The first was for N64 third-person shooter Rika. It actually looks quite decent, but there's no plan to make the ROM publicly available, sadly. Second is Quick the Thunder Rabbit for the SNES, a port of sorts of the Amiga title that tried and failed to imitate Sonic. The ROM is available to download for this one. Hooray? Moving on, the cancelled arcade brawler Primal Rage 2 is now playable through a custom MAME build. On a related note, MAME actually celebrated its 20th anniversary last month by releasing several new goodies online, including a Sonic title and a Deco cassette game. More details on everything that was unearthed can be found by following the link in this video's description. 6 games got the fan translation treatment in February, all for different systems. They include Detective Conan, the legendary treasure of Strange Rock Island on the Game Boy Color, Gun Knack for the NES, Virtual Fishing on the Virtual Boy, Glory of Hercules 4, Gift from the Gods for the SNES, Full Metal Alchemist, Stray Rondo on the Game Boy Advance, and finally Godzilla, Monster of Monsters for the NES. That's all for this month, but thanks so much for watching and supporting the show. Please do like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate it. I had to schedule this video a fair bit before the month had ended, by the way, so if something big has happened in the world of retro over the last few days and it's not here, that's why. Apologies. You can also watch my video on the abomination that is the retro mini TV games by following the link on the right, and a playlist of all the excellent retro wave music used in this episode by clicking on the left. And hey, why not follow me on Twitter and Facebook?